This is the second edition of the Staff Week that we are organizing and the Blended Intensive program. So it is one of the planned activities that we had in Working Group 8 that is related to the linking with society and university ecosystems. And so the idea is to connect the academic community, both in terms of faculty and staff and also students, with the society.
It brings together participants from an international Staff Week on innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystems and students from the BIP on transforming ideas into business.
We have during this week a lot of several examples like startup spin-offs that are sharing their perspectives and that are sharing their experiences. And so the idea is to connect the academic community with the society in that perspective, which are in this case the spin-offs and startups and those kind of the interface units like Minho was here this morning with us. Are very important in terms of the knowledge transfer to society, making the link between society and university.
So we exchange our experience on Minho, knowledge transfer office of the University of Minho, the oldest one in Portugal, and how we integrate the knowledge that is being driven by the university into the innovation ecosystem that it surrounds us. Well, the world is changing very quickly and we have challenges that cannot be resolved with traditional design thinking. So we have sustainable goals to address, and the universities, the municipalities, the companies, they are all trying to bring knowledge into society to resolve our societal problems.
First, I would say that it has a great importance to have an early stage alignment between research and market needs. We know that many times entrepreneurs and startups, they fail when they come from the academia, when they come from knowledge centers. We know that many times they fail because they don't have that alignment with the market needs. They are passionate about the technology, about the solution, but not necessarily about the problem itself. So there's one of the things that I think is instrumental when we are talking about innovation, entrepreneurship and creation of value at the academia. The second thing is the proximity and the links between the knowledge centers, the higher education institutions and incubators and accelerators. As I mentioned, we are not competitors, we have complementary value propositions, and obviously for an entity like Startup Praga, it wouldn't exist if there wouldn't be an institution in the region like the University of Minho. The majority of our startups, of our alumni, they came from the University of Minho, from the School of Engineering, from the School of Medicine, from the School of Sciences, mainly in these STEM, I would say, fields. Well, if we have now a community of around 300 startups, definitely we have more than 50 or 60% of them coming from the university. So I would underline this very important topic, that is the connection of these different value propositions at the academia, at the universities, and on the other side, the incubators and accelerators that can bring a huge platform of stakeholders, of mentors, investors, corporate partners, industry leaders that in many times help startups and entrepreneurs validate their solutions, including the validation of pilot projects and proof of concepts.
The innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem includes a set of key players, and they must act together to create and take advantage of such ecosystem. So we have synergies and common goals that should be shared among these key players, and the ecosystem involves, of course, the universities, but also the municipality, big companies, the labs, the research centers, and they will offer at the end knowledge and technology based on solutions and applications that can solve real problems that we have in companies and the society.
In a broad perspective, University of Minho is known as a university without walls. And a university that integrates university alumni into the university context. And there are several examples of that. Like we integrate the alumni, university, and then schools and departments and research centers. We integrate the alumni in the executive boards, in advisory boards. We have alumni involved collaborating with the university in the different dimensions of the university, in research, in teaching, and of course in interaction with society. And additionally, the university has a students development program in terms of mentorships programs where the alumni, they have a very, very important role in order to mentor students.
I've been working in entrepreneurship for a long time. Initially, I was a student at the University of Minho. I have been engaged with student unions. I was the president of the student union. I was the general counsel at the university. And I've also done a bunch of things around European level representation of the Portuguese students. And shortly after I left my studies, I started my own startup. This was back in like 2020. After that, I have started working with other startups in an investment fund and a venture firm, which helps startups grow and with consulting work. Based in Praga, but with a lot of companies from all around the world. And right now I'm working at ETH Global, which is the largest Ethereum developer community. We organize hackathons, events, conferences all over the world. And every year we onboard more than 15,000 new people to the technology.
The university organizes every year an alumni conference where the alumni, they have a very important role in that event as speakers, as also audience. And additionally, we have at the university level annual event that is like an annual gala of the alumni, where the alumni from all the university attend. So in order to promote that feeling of belonging to the university. And I think it's all these kind of initiatives are quite important in the alumni, in the university perspective, but also mainly in the alumni's perspective, because it's like a giving back to the institution, and that's important to create and to have between our alumni community, both in terms of university and both in terms of schools and departments in the different levels of all the institutions. It's a very important stakeholder of the university.
I think the biggest motto I've shared is that we should think about university as like launch pads and open-ended places where people can meet and gather to exchange ideas. And there are actual incentives around, if you're a student and you have an idea and you want to push forward certain thing and create your own company, there are actual incentives structures in-house to help these students to fund these ideas and to connect them with the outside world. That's the whole definition of sort of a launch pad, is taking from an idea to an actual company or to an actual project. And I think universities should be thought more and more as this kind of like launch pads for new companies, for new ideas, especially now that everything in technology is evolving so fast with all the AI technologies around the world. We need more and more entrepreneurial mindset and more people thinking about solutions and solutions for the future.
Well, the internationalization of universities is currently a fundamental issue for countries and Europe, and it is important because we can put together and we can use the different research that are available in different countries, in different universities, in order to get higher results and unify Europe around the technology and advanced knowledge.
I've been surprised when I just attended yesterday the presentation of the students, and I got like how new innovative ideas is linked with society. They presented a brilliant projects related to healthcare, related to stress, people's stress and stress management, related to fashion, related to agriculture and dietary and stuff like that. So yesterday I realized that there is a big kind of a connection with what we are doing here with the society.
For me, these kind of events are crucial. I'm very happy to be here, mostly because they are putting together different stakeholders and different elements of the same ecosystem. So there are students, there are professors, there is the academic staff, and then we have people from the municipality, and all of them are collaborating and interacting. And I think this is the best way to get innovation and new ideas for entrepreneurship. And we should do this more often because society and the academy, they are interlinked. And sometimes we forget about it and we go in our way. But this is a good place to start and think to build stuff back again.
It is important for both groups, staff and students, because they can benefit from the interaction and sharing of knowledge and ideas on how to transform ideas into innovative products and disruptive startups. And a good example of that is the Arcus Alliance Network, where we have 9 different universities from different countries, and they together they can provide opportunities, knowledge, experience. And well, in this particular case, this event, this International Staff Week, in my opinion, contributes a lot for those goals.
In terms of the business innovation ecosystem, I think like both University of Minho and University of Minho, both are providing a very significant attention to business innovation incubators, help students to innovate ideas, and they put a lot of resource behind that. So this is something I have to say from my experience here, that I got that we will have a very good future to build in this area.